Hello everyone.
嗨，大家好，我们今天来逛街，太阳很好，发现这个有一个什么好风好水。
Today we've come to look around about smart homes, and one essential part of a smart home is environment control, like your temperature, the humidity and the air quality inside. So today we want to investigate and find out more about it and see what we can find here and what we can learn. So here we have one AI control tab. For example, if you want hot water, you simply press the hot water button, then hot water comes out. If you want cold water or you want to wash something, then you simply push the button for wash, it gives you the cold water. The water for this tap and the water for this coffee machine is filtered, so there's no chemicals inside. It's very safe to drink and to use. Now over here we have a very small fridge where you can store your milk in for the coffee. Look, it's connected there, then it goes directly to the coffee machine. So now let's talk about taps. Over here we have one tap to drink cold water. Then over here we have one AI control tap. If you want cold water, you simply switch on the cold water. Then if you want hot water, you unlock it and switch it on, then you have hot water there. Look at the steam
So
coming
easy.
off. Yes, so easy to use.
Ah.
And you can also change the temperature of it. And when it's not in use, it locks itself. So now if I switch it on, or some kids switch it on, they can't burn their hands. Over here we have a smart oven that's connected to Wi-Fi and also controlled by AI. It's very nice to use and very convenient. You can start it from anywhere. The oven can steam, bake and grill. Now if we look here,
Oh.
there are different dishes you can choose directly on the oven. So you don't have to use your cell phone. If you just want to go to the oven and switch it on, then it's very easy to use. You can choose, for example, this dish. Then just press start, then it starts it. If you go to different categories, you can see that the water coming into the oven to steam your food is also filtered, because they're all made by the same company. And over here you have the selection of what dishes you want to cook. For example, if you want to bake this small tarts, then you can choose it and then bake it. So over here we have a smart AI water machine, which also uses clean filtered water. You can drink warm water, or you can drink boiling water, or cold water, as well as ice water. Then it also provides a functionality to let you drink sparkling water. Over here we have a smart fridge. If we look on top, you can see that it's very spacious. Then what's most nice about this fridge is at the bottom it has an ice machine.
I see. Oh, 这是冰块。
The water for this ice machine comes directly from the filtered water. This is a smart remote to control the lights. Look what happens if I spin it. Yes, all the lights comes on. Then if we spin it in the opposite direction, the lights dims again.
Yeah.
Isn't that so nice to play with? Fong Ying, switch on the lights. Press the arrive home button. First the lights come on there.
哇，这儿亮了，餐厅这儿。
Then now the lights switch on here by these beautiful flowers.
哇，那儿更亮了。
Now on top there the lights also
这儿
come
窗
on.
帘。
Wow, now look at that, the curtain is opening. So this is what happens when you come home in daytime. It switches on the lights slowly and then it also opens the curtains. If you were to come home at night, then it would leave the curtains closed. It's all controlled by AI from one control panel there that Fong Ying pressed. Here we have one control panel for the air quality and temperature, and then here is the control panel for the lights. Now we wondered, where does that nice fresh air come from? Then on top we noticed there's two small grooves. Then the air actually comes from there. So what happens inside there is the cold or hot water cools down or warms up the air. So that's what makes the temperature control so comfortable. And it's also very neat, you hardly notice it. Unlike the normal air cons where you have a big piece sitting there in your roof, here it's very neat and beautiful.
我上楼看看。
Wow, look at that. The lights on the steps is switching on. Earlier the lights was off, then as soon as somebody walks on the steps, they switch on. Then later the lights will switch off again. Now look at this air vents on top. It doesn't even look like air vents. It's made so neat. So if you have a very nice and stylish house and you don't want to mess it up with some big aircon vents, then this is the way to go in my opinion. So if you want to put a system like this in your house, one essential part is you need to have a control room if the system is very big. Let's go to the control room now to see what is inside.
哦，哇，全是些设备。
So over here we have the boiler that warms up the water. Then it goes to a reservoir tank which keeps the water stable. Otherwise, if the boiler makes the water hot, the temperature can vary a few degrees. But if it goes into a reservoir, it stabilizes the temperature. So the temperature going to the air cons and everything else is always very stable. Then over here we have the air filtration system. This cleans up the air and ensures there is fresh air in the house all the time. And you can see, compared to other air filtration systems, this one is very large for the size of the house. So it filters it very, very good. So over here we have the underfloor heating and electric valves which regulate the water flow to control the temperature. If you can have a closer look.
Look. Oh.
So this is the pipes that sit underneath the floor to heat up the floor from the bottom. In this particular system they use two ways to heat up the house. One is the underfloor heating, another is by circulating hot water through the air vents. So the air is hot and the floor is hot, and this gets controlled by AI. For example, if you coming home, then the AI will start to warm up your house for you, then it's hot when you arrive. Over here is the electric controlled valves. Here we have another one of my favorite toys, is that remotes for the lights. Now we see if we spin it, it slowly comes on.
Oh.
So in fact, because it's so slow, you can adjust the precision very easily. Now over here we have another one of those nice hidden air vents. So over here we have all the water filtration systems. This one takes out the big stuff, then these various different ones is for your drinking water, for the washing clothes and stuff like that. Then here we have the water reservoir that keeps the water at a stable temperature. Then over here we have the boiler that heats up the water. This is the inner part of the aircon. But instead of gas it uses water, so it's either hot or cold water which then cools or heats up the air. Over here we have another reservoir, and all this stuff is controlled by AI, the AI link. Then over here we have the external unit for the aircon. These are some small heating units. For example, they're used in the bathrooms or small rooms. Then they just heats up the air. It works on the same principle. You have the hot water coming in, which then heats up the air, and then the hot air comes out on top. It's more comfortable to use this type of heating than to use an aircon. Here we have another one. This one is normally reserved only for toilets and bathrooms.
哎，今天逛街真的是发现了这么好一个东西，以后看了这儿，我就觉得自己好想拥有这样一个又有好的水、有好的空气的房子。
Today we saw some very interesting stuff here. The first is the temperature control. The environment inside here is very comfortable and very stable throughout the whole showroom. The second thing is the water feels very special when you use it and drink it. I also had the privilege to drink one cup of coffee here, and the coffee was absolutely delicious. Now the next thing is about the humidity. The humidity also is very stable inside here and feels so comfortable. Then I also found the design of the showroom amazing, and later on I found out that this was in fact designed by a very famous designer. So about the product, I think it's very useful, especially if you live in an environment where the temperatures fluctuate a lot and you enjoy some very stable temperature environment. So I think it's well controlled and well integrated with AI, and also they make use of the lights, which is very convenient to dim your lights and control your lights via AI. Then all the products seem to integrate well with each other. Thank you guys for going with us. Bye bye.